belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with me, and I belong with you.
Hi, we're back. Belonging Bite Size is back, and this time it's all about raising transgender awareness. So I'm Danielle Wood.
And I'm Sophie Wood, Danielle's wife and a co-founder in our passion project, Belonging Base. Now, if you follow us already, you'll be familiar with the format. So short and formal chats designed to raise awareness and provoke, perhaps, thought and action. Now, in fact, this is series number 4. And if you want to check out our back catalogue, you can visit our website, www.belongingbase.com, and you can find them there. We've got 3 Belonging Bite Size on our website already. The first one we did covered LGBTQIA+ topics during Pride Month. The second covers mental health matters, and the third covers inclusion and belonging matters.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you're new to our content, let's recap on who we are and why we're talking about transgender matters. So Sophie, how about you pick that up?
Well, that sounds like a great place to start. So just in case you're still wondering, I'm the transgender one in our relationship, and Danielle is cisgender. Right, Danielle?
Yes, absolutely. However, based on our experience, you may have already thrown out there some words that at least one of our listeners is not familiar with. So why don't you give them a quick explanation, Sophie?
Sure, of course. So transgender and cisgender are essentially labels we attach to our binary gender identities. So in simple terms, that's our personal and internal sense of oneself as male or female. So transgender and cisgender, as I say, are both Latin words. And trans means to be on or to the other side of. So in practical terms, it describes a person whose gender identity does not correspond with the sex they were assigned at birth. So it's about moving from point A to point B, i.e. you are on a journey. So either female to male or male to female. Conversely, cis means on the side of. So in terms of gender, it describes a person whose gender identity corresponds to their sex assigned at birth, i.e. you start at point A and are staying at point A, i.e. there is no change. Now, if you don't identify with these binary identities, somewhere between point A and point B, you'll usually identify as non-binary, which could be anywhere along that spectrum journey. Are you happy with that, Danielle?
Yeah. So in simple terms, if I was born female, which I was, and I am still female, which I am, and I have no desire to change, then that makes me cisgender, i.e. no change. Got it. Thank you. So another thing I'd like to clarify is around sexual orientation. Now, we get asked this a lot in our sessions, and this is different. So in practical terms for us, Sophie is a trans woman. Now, when we met, 31 years ago, she assumed she was straight, and so did I. Then she transitioned. And one of my immediate thoughts was that, we'd been living a lie our whole lives, and that she was doing this so that she would now leave me for a man. Now, this was the furthest thing from her mind. She wanted to be with me. I'm a woman. Her attraction is still for me. So, yes. So they're not connected in simple terms. So in this series, we are going to be sharing some of the lived experience that we've had to bring the topics to life. Now, I want to stress that every trans experience will be unique. So what we share is based on our experience and those we've met along the way. So let's start. Sophie, when did you realize you were trans?
Well, it was back in 2010. After years of not feeling quite right, after years of depression, years of self-harm, indulging in reckless behaviors, of alcohol abuse. And then I was sitting in a session with my psychologist, and she'd been pushing back at me with probing and confronting questions. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me, oh my God, I'm transgender.
Wow, that's big. And how did that feel?
Well, it was a real mix of relief and fear all hitting me at the same time. So, on one hand, finally, I knew why I felt the way I did, and I discovered who I truly was. And because I'd done that, I now knew I could do something about it. But at the same time, it dawned on me what this might mean to my life moving forward. And I was then filled with absolute fear and anxiety that I might just lose my wife, my family, my friends, my house, or even my job.
Now, you transitioned quite late on in life. In fact, it was 19 years after we met. And for me, it was 2011. You realized in 2010. Why was that?
Well, yeah, I was approaching 40 when I transitioned. And you got to realize I grew up in the 1970s, 1980s, and this is in the days before the internet, before social media ever existed. It was a time when you just didn't have access to any information to understand what was going on, to explain the thoughts that I was having. I knew I used to fantasize about being a girl, but I assumed everyone did this, but just didn't talk about it. It was just, I picked up the vibe. It wouldn't be an acceptable topic of conversation. Now, I didn't even really know what being transgender was until much later in life. And I think by then, I had suppressed my feelings so deep, it just started to manifest itself in my kind of poor and low mental ill health. And it wasn't until I got support to engaging with these talking therapies that I eventually realized where my truth was.
Okay, right. So we see a lot in social media and press coverage around the transgender experience. And quite often that paints a picture that being transgender is either a phase or a lifestyle choice. What would you say to that?
Um, well, I can tell you for sure it's not a lifestyle choice. Why would anyone choose a path that encounters so much adversity? Now, for me, it was not in any way a lifestyle choice. It was a choice to live and a choice to be my authentic self for the first time in my life.
Okay, that's lovely. So I'm going to say that we're going to wrap that up today. Sophie, thank you for sharing. And next time, I think we're going to head into taking a look at the misconceptions and the truth around the mental health of trans people. So between now and then, if you want to comment or ask a question, please do drop something on the post. And if you want to find out more about us or watch some of the other Belonging Bite Size, then please do check out our website. It's www.belongingbase.com, and that's all along the bottom of the screen. So until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me too. Goodbye.
Answer for, 'cause you belong with me.